What's up, everybody? This is Madden Football, aka Play Madden Football on Twitch, and I'm coming at y'all again live with another weekly NFL sports betting picks and money game picks for Week 16 in the NFL. So yes, it's about to almost Christmas now. Hope everybody's having a good holiday weekend and a good Christmas. Overall, man, I don't know if y'all watched my video from last week, but I just wanted to get this out the way. Dude, my picks from last week, I had like 6 money picks last week. 5 out of 6 of the picks hit. They all hit. But because of the way that I bought my tickets, I had that Raiders game on both of my tickets, that Raiders-Patriots game. So because of that, dude, the Patriots screwed me so bad last week. I don't know if y'all saw that Patriots game, the end of the game, when they tried to lateral the ball. It was tied. It was about to go to overtime. Patriots have a good shot to win. I had them plus points. So even if they win by a field goal, I was going to do good. As long as I get the kickoff, I mean, they had a shot to win in overtime. Instead, they tried to do some crazy lateral play on the last play of the game, like 2 or 3 laterals, and end up fumbling the ball. The Raiders recover it for a touchdown to win. One of the dumbest plays I've ever seen a Bill Belichick coached team do. I'm like, I'm betting on y'all because y'all have the best coach, right? Apparently fucking not, but yeah, I got screwed. But if the Patriots just had won that game, or even like lost, I think I had them like plus 1.5 or plus 2. Even if they lost by 1, if I had hit that game, bro, I would have been up. I would have been up like over, I think 60 or 70 on the week. I would hit both my things. I don't know. It was just Patriots really screwed me last week, so it is what it is. So whatever. With that being said, let's go through and try to hit again. Actually, it's crazy. I'm kind of mad at myself because I missed that game last night. Sorry, I'm go back. That Jaguars game. The Jaguars played. Who did they play last night? They played the Jets. I was gonna be on the Jags in this game. I was gonna be. I mean, I know it's easy to say now, but I missed it. I wasn't able to hit the game. So let's try to find some more value in the rest of the games this week, guys. Let's go through the games number one like we do. We'll see what's up. So this game, New York Giants at Minnesota. It's a tough one. I'm gonna stay away from this game personally. If I had to here, I'd probably be leaning. It's tough because I want to be leaning towards Minnesota. I believe they have the better team. That, if it was just straight up game. However, right now at the end of the season, a lot has to do with the playoff picture, guys. Like some teams have a lot more to play for than others, and the Vikings specifically. I was on them last week because last week they could have clinched up their division with the win, which they did, which I picked. But this week they have really very little to play for. I mean, yeah, they could play for home field advantage, but they already clinched their division. They might even rest some players. While the Giants are still in the hunt. If the playoffs were to start today, the Giants would make the playoffs. However, it's still competitive with teams like the Bucks and Washington, and other teams as well. So it's like I said, it's hard to pick this game. Like I like the Giants plus the points, kind of when the team is playing for something. But I'm not gonna. So basically, I'm gonna stay away from this game. Both teams are just too good to bet against in this situation. Especially even I would be leaning towards Minnesota. Just hard to take them minus the points. Hard to take them when they have not as much to play for. And I do like the Vikings offense. So I'm gonna stay away from this game. I'd be leaning slightly towards Minnesota, but this is a tough one, guys. I don't really see much value in this game. I don't advise you guys to place any money on the actual outcome of the game. You guys, you guys bet on prop bets or over under stuff like that, more different bets. That's fine, one thing. But actually, if you're actually going to bet on the score of this game, good luck, man. This is a tough one to pick. So next game, Detroit Lions at Carolina. Again, I'm gonna stay away from this game personally. Both teams are just too good, not good enough to trust. They're both teams. I don't want to say they're garbage, but I don't really trust either team in this situation. Detroit, the Carolinas had a quarterback situation. I think they're starting. Who they're starting now? Carolina. See, I don't even know who they're starting from week to week. Carolina. I'll show y'all though. It's that dude who came from USC and who used to play on the Jets. Very blanking on his name right now, but because he's not that. The reason I don't know his name because he's not that good, man. Like, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see what they're starting. Just to check. So I checked the depth charts and everything, guys. I go, yeah, Sam Darnold. That's something. I'm thinking of Sam Darnold. I mean, look at who they have. Who do they really have here, guys? Chuba Hubbard. And the Lions, you see what I'm saying? What did the Lions do even last week? Let's look. Even though I already know I'm going to stay away from this game, but the Lions barely edged out a Jets team last week. There's just I don't trust the Lions, man. Like they're not really a good team. You think you're going to bet on what's the spread? I think it's Lions minus the 3. Like the Lions are going to cover the spread. Like I don't know, dude. Like what after they barely edged out a Vikings team. This was a weird game. I think I had the Vikings in this game. So I mean they're beating some teams. They hung in with the Bills. I mean. I guess, like I said, look, there you go. If I had to bet, I would probably take the Lions here, minus the points going into Carolina. Both of these teams still have something to play for, but I don't believe any of them will probably make the playoffs. They're both on the bubble. Lions here and Carolina here. If the playoffs started, they would not be making it. They would be on the outside looking in. I don't know. Like I said, I'm leaning slightly towards Detroit here, but I'm going to stay away from this game. I just don't really trust either team. Neither team has shown me enough in this situation. So I'll be leaning slightly towards Detroit, but I'm going to stay away. This game, again, I'm gonna stay away from this game too. Um, Basically, I mean, this is a tough one. I mean, the reason why, I mean, obviously, Cincinnati's obviously the better team, much better record there, But the problem is, it's similar to the Vikings. They've already clinched up their division. Cincinnati, look, they've already clinched their division. They clinched the AFC North. They clinched the playoff spot. They don't have as much to play for. They might even be resting some players. You never know. While the Patriots, I mean, like I said, they have more to play for. But like I said, I'm not going to repeat what they did to me last week. I picked them last week against the Raiders, and they should have at least went to overtime, had a chance to win, but they screwed me. Like, I don't trust the Patriots in this situation, even though they're playing. I don't trust it. So I can't look at. Like I said, if I had to, I'd probably be leaning slightly towards the Bengals here, just because how much the Patriots screwed me last week. I don't trust them, and the Bengals are just a much better team. But again, like the Bengals, they're not really. They don't have to win this game. Like they're already clinched up. So I'm gonna stay away from that. But if I had to, I'd be leaning slightly towards the Bengals. This game, almost very similar situation here. Similar situation, guys. And this game I actually like a little bit more than the Bengals here. I like this. I like Buffalo here, but it's just a little bit too many points for me. I leaning heavily towards Buffalo here. Let's see if they have any injuries. Because the Bears are eliminated from they're eliminated. Their season's over, guys. And Buffalo, yes, they clinched up their division already. I know Josh Allen has been a little bit banged up, but he's not even on the injury list. Micah Hyde's their main injury that they have. Von Miller's a veteran. He's not necessarily an every down player. Buffalo's relatively healthy. Honestly, this is actually I actually see some value, but if you can juice it down to like -7, still a lot of points. But I like Buffalo here going into Chicago. Chicago is just bad. Like they don't have neither team really has anything to play for. Like Chicago, what are they fighting for? They're eliminated. You see what I'm saying? Chicago is eliminated. They're 3-11. Like Buffalo. I mean, I'm surprised this isn't more points. Actually, I'm surprised it's not more points. So yeah, I'm leaning heavily towards Buffalo here, guys. I might even look. I'll just tell you all. Well, I'll go over my money picks later, but I'm actually going to put an asterisk by this game. I might even end up taking this game. We'll see. But I definitely like Buffalo here. Yes. This game, this is one of my... actually, no. This was going to be one of my money picks of the week. I was going to take Tennessee here. But I'm like, why the hell is Tennessee only -3 points? Oh, yeah, because Tannehill is injured. Tannehill is injured. They're starting like Malik Willis or something like this. They're in the hunt still. They're playing with some, but they don't have a quarterback. They just don't have a quarterback. It's without Tannehill, it's going to be tough, man. So it just and plus -3. I mean, the Texans are a very bad team. They're horrible. But I would be leaning towards Tennessee in this situation. But without Tannehill, I mean, like watch. Let's look at the depth chart. The Titans. I mean, without Tannehill, I mean, if they had Tannehill, for sure I'd be on them, and it'd be like -7. But because they don't have Tannehill, it's -3.5, and I don't know. Like I said, the Malik Willis, I believe this is. I checked this earlier. And so I was like, oh no, and Tannehill's out. That's why. They're gonna be starting like Malik Willis, Joshua Dobbs. They don't really have another quarterback that these dudes are nobodies. And they might just cut. They might go in and cover. They can still run the ball. However, the Texans, they've been improving as a team. It's hard for me to trust Tennessee here without Tannehill. It's just a simple fact. And I'm not gonna bet on the Texans either. I'm good. I'm gonna stay away from this game. But I would be even without Tannehill, I would be leaning heavily towards Tennessee in this game. They can run the ball with Derrick Henry. They're a much better roster overall, and they are still fighting for something. They have not clinched playoffs. They're only 7-7, haven't clinched the playoffs yet. They would be in if it started today, but anyways, so I'm leaning heavily towards Tennessee, but I think I'm going to stay away from this game. Just it's hard to bet on Tennessee without Tannehill. Simple fact. This game is actually one of my money picks of the week. I'm going to wait and go over all my money picks. Look at this. Hey, this dude got this. That's a cold little sweatshirt my dude got. I need that sweatshirt, bro. Fuck that. I already get that. I need that sweatshirt, bro. Anyways, because I put the Niners in the middle. Big ass Niners right there in the middle, and then the rest of y'all motherfuckers in the back. Anyways, I honestly, I'll explain later, but I like Seattle here plus 10, plus 11 points. I'll explain later, though. Money picks of the week. So we're going to move on. This one, this game, tough guy again. With Lamar Jackson is injured. I checked. Lamar Jackson is going to be out against Atlanta. So it's hard for me to trust the Ravens here minus that many points, minus like the touchdown. See, look, Lamar Jackson is out for Sunday's game against the Falcons. So I mean, they're going to be starting. Even Huntley is questionable. Wow, see, so they have big problems. Both of their starter and their backup quarterback are both banged up. I understand that, the Falcons aren't that great of a team, and I know Mariota's actually injured too. So both of these teams have quarterback injuries. If you look at the playoff picture, the Ravens are in the hunt. They would make the playoffs if it started today. However, while the Falcons are almost eliminated, they're on the bubble outside looking in, but they're almost eliminated. But they still technically are not. They still technically have something to play for. However, again, I can't. It's just too many. Basically, like this. To put it frankly, it's just too many points. Ravens minus too many points when they have with such quarterback injuries. I can't trust the Ravens to cover 7-point spread with no quarterback, basically. So that's what it is. Still, even with saying that, I'd still be leaning towards the Ravens here. If I had to bet this game, I'd be leaning towards the Ravens to cover. I'll probably try to juice it down to like 5.5 or maybe 5 if you can get it, or at least 6. But yeah, if I had to, I'd be leaning towards the Ravens. Going against a Falcons team with also no quarterback, but I just can't. It's just too many points, and it's just too many unknowns. Too many unknowns in this game, so I'm gonna stay away. This game is actually my number one. This is my number one most confident money pick game of the week. I am on the Cleveland Browns at home, minus only 3 with a very healthy team with almost no injuries. And Deshaun Watson's coming back, and he's starting to get into his groove again. We're going to go over my money games later, though. But I am on Cleveland here. We'll go over it later at home against an inept Saints team. Come on. This game, I was thinking about this game, Niners. It's just tough. It's a lot of points. First of all, we already clinched up our division, too. If you look at the playoff, we clinched up, baby. Clinched up, baby. Clutched up, baby. Even without our quarterback. But we have a lot of injuries, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, Deebo Samuel is going to be out for this game. He's probably one of our best players, best offensive player. And, of course, we're still on backup quarterback. It's just, I love my Niners. They probably will cover. Like I said, if I was leaning towards them, had to bet, I'd be leaning towards the Niners here to cover. However, Washington Commanders have more to play for. They're in the hunt still, and they have something to play for the playoffs. They still have a shot of making the playoffs, as while we already clinched up. They're Commanders. They're a decent team. I like Riverboat. I like their coach, Riverboat Ron Rivera. He's a beast. So I'm gonna stay away from this game. It's just tough. If it was a little bit less points, I'd definitely be on the Niners. But it's tough. I just can't see that much value in this game. Leaning slightly towards the Niners, but I'm gonna stay away from this game. I'm gonna stay away from it, guys. Niners just have too many injuries. Commanders are a decent team. It's just, but you never know. You're not going to bet against the Niners though. Commander even +7, Niners could blow them out. I'm going to stay away from this game. This game, this is going to be a good game, interesting game. However, Jalen Hurts is out, guys. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles quarterback, the arguable MVP candidate. I'm not sure what happened to him. I didn't watch the game on Sunday, but I checked the injury reports before I make my bets, and Jalen Hurts is out. I guess he hurt his shoulder. Hopefully it's not his throwing. I guess it is his throwing shoulder. It must be if he's out. But I mean, hopefully it's not so bad. But yeah, so that's why this spread will be a lot wider. Actually, I think Eagles would probably even be favored if Jalen Hurts was in. It would probably be like -3, -4, -5 for the Eagles. But because he's out, it flips this. Literally, like that one player is like 7 points of spread. Like take that one player out and it's like 7-8 point spread change. It's crazy. That's how valuable Jalen Hurts is. But yes, because he's out now, the Cowboys are favored -4. I don't know, man. I'm gonna stay away from this. It's gonna be a big game. For big 1 p.m. game on Saturday tomorrow. There's some Saturday games this week, guys. That's why I'm trying to get this done. I already missed the Thursday game like an idiot because I was gonna take Jacksonville. But so yeah, the Eagles. It's tough. It's just tough to like. If I had to, I'd be on the Cowboys here. If I had to, I'm leaning towards the Cowboys. They have an all-star roster. They're doing well this season. I think they already clinched up their division too. No, I'm tripping because the Eagles are in their division. But they already clinched playoffs. See that? They already clinched playoff spot. But I mean, both of these teams clinched playoff spots. So I mean, neither one of them have that much to play for. But I mean, it's still a division rivalry. It's still a big game. So they have something to play for. I was going to show you my picks. There's my picks, by the way. I'll go over them later, though. So yeah, if I had to, I'd be leaning towards the Cowboys here. But damn, it's hard to, even without Jalen Hurts, the Eagles they're still a great roster, still a great team. And I don't know, like their backup quarterback might come in and play. It could happen. So that's why it's a little bit too many unknowns here. If I had to, I'm leaning pretty strongly towards the Cowboys. Pretty strongly. If I had to, I'd definitely bet Cowboys here minus to cover. I'm at home, by the way. But it's just tough. I'm gonna stay away from this game. It's just too many unknowns, and it's good luck betting against the Eagles this year, man. They're like the best team in the league damn near this year, except my Niners, by the way. But anyways, just kidding. But yeah, here you go. So I'm gonna stay away, leaning towards the Cowboys if I had to, but gonna stay away. It's too many unknowns. This game, I was thinking about. Oh yeah, we'll discuss this later because I think I hate to do it. But I think I am going to bet Raiders. I think I'm going to take the Raiders in this situation plus the points. We'll see. I'll go over it later because it's one of the ones on my list. This game, Green Bay at Miami. A tough one, man. Both of these teams are too good to bet against. I understand that Miami is favored. They're probably the better roster, better team overall this year. Tua's been pretty consistent. They have the rest. They have Tyreek. Let's squad on both sides of the ball. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers coming off a big win at home. Big night game. Went up in Lambeau Field in the frozen tundra. So I don't know. Like if I had to, I'd be leaning towards Miami here to cover minus. You know, I think it might. I'm not sure why it's such little points. I mean, I would probably assume it should be -4, -5 for Miami. But since it's, that's why I'd probably take them to cover 3.5. I'd probably juice it down to 2.5 or 3. Have them covered by a field goal. However, I'm gonna stay away. I'm not gonna get bet against Aaron Rodgers when this might be his victory. This might be his last little, this might be his last year playing football. Who knows? I don't think so, but he possibly could. And definitely as a Packer, I feel like he's playing for the fans of these games and all. So I'm not gonna bet against Aaron Rodgers. If I had to, I'd what the hell is this gay ass shit? If I had to, don't say that, I'm gonna get canceled. But if I had to, I'd be leaning towards Miami here. However, it's just I can't trust both of these teams are just, well, it's not that the Packers team, I can't bet against Aaron Rodgers. All right, I can't bet against Aaron Rodgers, so I'm gonna stay away. But I'm leaning towards Miami here, having the better team. Yes. So this game, I'm not even gonna say too much about this weak ass. Both of these teams are already I believe they're both eliminated. If I'm not mistaken, watch. Both eliminated. Broncos eliminated. Rams eliminated. Both of these teams are garbage. Both already eliminated from the season, the playoffs. Neither one has anything to play for. Both seasons is over. This is a stay away game for me. Stay away game for me, guys. I'm not going to bet on either team. Both teams are garbage. I can't trust either team. If I had to, I'd be leaning slightly, very, very slightly towards Los Angeles here at home, plus the points. Slightly, though. But no, I'm not going to bet on either team. Both teams are garbage. If I had to, I'd be leaning slightly because they're getting points, mainly just because they're getting points at home. And I still like Los Angeles' coach, Sean McVay. I still like their coach, but however, no, man. I'm staying away from this game. Thank you anyway. This game is, again, I believe it's one of my money picks of the week. I'm not as confident in this, but I do like Tampa Bay here. I'll go over it later, though. Let me just finish all the games. Wait, this is the last game. And this is another one. Last game. This is another one of my money picks of the week. I do like Los Angeles, all right? So those are all the games. Now, these are my money picks of the week, guys, all right? This is in order of confidence. My most confident game, like I said, is Cleveland Browns -3 over New Orleans. Let's go ahead and go over that game. We'll spend a little bit of time going over each one of these games in depth. And then we'll watch some NFL Network like we always do, guys. And then we'll sign off from there. Without wasting too much time. As you can see, I talk too damn much. But I do like Cleveland -3 over New Orleans. I'll probably juice it down to maybe 2.5 or 2. So 3 is a big number, because obviously the field goal. So if you get it below 3, that's a lot. Like 2.5 -2.5 is way better than -3. You might not think it's a huge bet, but it's a huge. There's certain points in football gambling that are like very important, like levels, and 3 is one of them. So I'll probably juice it down to -2 or -2.5 to get that little advantage. But I do like Cleveland here, and let me explain to you guys. First, like I said, first thing we'll do, we'll check the playoff picture, guys. And we will notice that Cleveland Browns have not locked up their playoff spot yet. They're both in the hunt. They probably won't make the playoffs, guys. Both the teams are a similar situation. They probably both won't make the playoffs. They're both on the outside looking in, and they probably won't have the record. However, they do have something to play for. Now, let's just look at the rosters, guys. Like, this is my main thing. Let's just look at the rosters, guys. I'm done with this BS site. The Cleveland Browns just has a way, way, way better football team roster than the Saints. The Saints are an inept team this year, guys. Ever since they lost my dude, Sean Payton, one of the greatest coaches in football history, Sean Peasy, the Super Bowl winning coach, their team has gone downhill, guys. Their team has gone down. The Saints are not good this year at all, guys. The Cleveland Browns, they really haven't played up to, because they had quarterback injuries. But look, Deshaun Watson's healthy. They're on Nick Chubb healthy, Kareem Hunt healthy, Amari Cooper, Peoples-Jones. They have squad receiver. They have Bell, another squad receiver. Njoku's healthy, good tight end. Almost their whole offensive line is. They have a couple injuries, but for the most part, their offensive line is healthy. And look at their defense. Yes, Clowney is out. That is big. But Myles Garrett is in. Denzel Ward is in. Newsome is in. Delpit is in. Like, they have a good defense squad, and they're all relatively healthy. Like what am I missing here, guys? Like, they have a squad. Myles Garrett's healthy. Like, all right. Now, on the other hand, let's look at the Saints, guys. Let's look at the New Orleans Saints. All right. Let's look at who's actually playing. Who's that? Is that Dog the Bounty Hunter? Who? I don't even know who that is. No, that's not Dog. That's like some rock star or some shit, right? Whatever. Fuck that dude. Yeah, rock on, bro. Rock on, bro. It looks like you're probably a fucking Saints fan. Huh? You're probably from Louisiana, and you're probably a Saints fan. But look, Andy Dalton is going to be your quarterback, guys. Great. Look, Chris Olave is out. He's not even in. Who are these? Rashid Shaheed? Do y'all know who that is? I don't. Tyquan Smith, he's all right. Who's their tight end? Like, their offensive, like, dude. Who do they have? And look at, yes, Cam Jordan, the veteran, the future Hall of Famer. But other than that, like, who do they have? Demario Davis? Yeah. I mean, Honey Badger? Yeah. But, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. And this game, keep in mind, this game is, let's go back to this game. This game is in Cleveland, okay? In Cleveland. And Deshaun Watson is coming off a good performance last week. I told y'all, because I picked him last week to beat the Ravens because I knew the Ravens have backup quarterback. And without Lamar, they really don't have that much offense. And I told you that Deshaun was going to come in and did his work. And he did, just like I called. It's one of the games that I picked last week. It was again, like Browns -4 or something like that. Similar to this week. And they covered the 4, just like they're going to cover the 4 again. Look at Deshaun Watson. 161 yards in a tuggy, 18 for 20. That's a good game. If he just has a similar game to this again, or even maybe a little bit better game, they will beat the Saints and cover the 3. And like I said, I will juice it down to like -2.5, -2. But yes, I like the Cleveland Browns are going. Deshaun Watson is playing for something, even though they're technically not eliminated. They're pretty much eliminated from the playoffs. But Deshaun Watson is playing for his reputation now. All the shit he's been through, all the shit, you know what I'm saying? He's just now getting the chemistry with his wide receivers, getting the chemistry with his teammates on offense. Their offense is starting to click now. And they have squad. I'm not a Browns fan, dude. I'm not a Browns fan, but I like money, dude. My number 1 pick of the week is Cleveland -3 over New Orleans. I said enough. Bang, bang. So now, my second pick of the week. This is actually the Monday night game, guys. So I think I'm going to take a couple different tickets because I don't want to I want to have some action on the weekend. Then I'll have one ticket. So I'm definitely going to put action into this game, this Monday night game. I love this money. This is actually I'm pretty confident about this. Yeah, I love this. I'm surprised they're giving. It should be more. It should be like -5 or -6 at least. But it's only -4. I'll take it. Let's look at the playoff picture. As you can see, I like the Los Angeles Chargers to beat the Colts -4 and cover and beat the Colts -4 on Monday Night Football under the lights. All right. So why do I feel that way? It's mainly, first of all, it's because the Colts are eliminated from the season. Their season's over, guys. What are they playing for? Absolutely nothing, guys. It's a joke. You don't think the players know this? You don't think the players are going to make business? They're not going to put their body on the line as much. They're going to make quote unquote business decisions and not take as many risks to get injured. Why would you get injured when your season's over? They don't. In fact, they might even start. It might even be better to start tanking. They don't really do that. But anyways, so yeah. Now, mind you, the the Chargers. The Chargers are actually in the hunt to where if the playoffs started today, they would make the playoffs, the Chargers. So they're playing for, even though they have a similar record, but their division is just much more weaker, the Chargers. I'm tripping. They have a better record. They have a better record. And they're second in the AFC. Correct that. So yes, but the Chargers are playing for their playoff spot. And not to mention that's just the one thing. So they're going to be fighting. Not to mention that, dude, the Colts are garbage. They're a garbage football team, dude. Have you seen the Colts this year? Who's their quarterback? Fucking Matty Ice? It's not Matty Ice now. It's like Matty Lukewarm, bruh. I think that ice is like melted. Put that shit back in the ice tray. That shit. You're not Matty Ice no more, bruh. You might be fucking, Matty tepid, melted tap water, man. Whatever. Yeah, and then they're starting Nick Foles now. Nick Foles, whatever, dude. He had one good game in his career, and that was that Super Bowl game. Good luck, bro. Who else do they have? Like, who are these? Michael Pittman, I guess, decent. Like, these, come on, man. Look at the team, dude. Mo Alley, I like my nigga Mo Alley. Mo Alley's a G. Mo Alley, I probably use him in the Madden. But, who is this? Like, come on, man. Are y'all with me on this? Look at these players. Like, who is their best player on defense? Stephon Gilmore, I guess. Blackman's decent. The Blackman used to be a special teams player. Like, dude, I'm good off this. You see, the Colts they don't have anybody. They don't have any stars. Plus, they're not playing for nothing. They have a lot of young players that are not going to want to get injured. They're not playing for nothing. Now, on the other hand, the Chargers do have some injuries, right? But the Chargers are good. They're a good, they're probably a good chance. They will make, especially if they win the next 2 games, they'll probably make the playoffs. They'll end at 10-6 if they win the next, and that's, and keep in mind, if you know football, you know Justin Herbert is one of the best right now. Justin Herbert's definitely top 10. Maybe even top 5 of the young quarterbacks. He's great. He puts the team on his back. He has a lot of the most quarterbacks. Austin Eckler's a beast. Keenan Allen is a beast, a veteran beast. Mike Williams is a veteran beast. You know what I'm saying? Parham, well, you don't think he plays. He's like 6'8". Their tight end's decent. But look, they don't have that many injuries on their offense. They don't have that many injuries at all. The Chargers are relatively healthy on offense. On defense, yes. Bosa is out. Okay, yes, Bosa is out. That's big for them. However, they still have Khalil Mack. They still have Kyle Van Noy. They still have Sante Samuel Jr. They still have, you see what I'm saying? Chargers have squad. I mean, not maybe not as good as a defense that's like the Cowboys or maybe, something like that. Or the Niners. Oh, come on, no one's as good as the Niners. But the Chargers have, we got my dude's brother. We got the other Bosa, even though he's not playing. But the Chargers are a better team, okay? I trust their quarterback. I trust their offense. And they have playmakers on defense. And they're actually going to be playing for something while the Indianapolis Colts are playing for nothing, all right? Did I say enough on this game yet? So yes, I like the LA Chargers to cover 4 over garbage ass Indy on Monday night. But that is the Monday night game, so I'm gonna I don't want to have to wait all the way on Monday to get my money. So I'm probably gonna have a ticket on just this weekend action, and then I'm having another ticket for Monday night game. All right, so moving on. This one you're probably gonna be wondering about this game, huh? This Seattle. Why I'm picking Seattle? Yes, I'm picking Seattle over Kansas City plus 11 points though. Keyword plus 11 points. That's the key word here, guys. So let's analyze this game, all right? The Seattle and Kansas City game. This is an interesting one, guys. Interesting one. But I do like Seattle here. Seattle, I believe they're a little underrated this year. They've been. I like Geno Smith. He's been playing very well this year. I'm super surprised with his play this year. Yeah, it's in Kansas City. It's in Arrowhead Stadium. One of the most hostile environments, loudest environments. However, Geno Smith is a veteran. Like he's never played hostile. Geno Smith has played probably in every stadium already in the league. He's been there before. It's nothing like Geno Smith is not going to be rattled compared to like some other younger players will. All right, now. Look, I'm not a Seattle fan, I'm a Niners fan, they're our rival. But, I don't like, I clown Pete Carroll in my last video, but his old ass needs to retire. But, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs here. But the main thing, look, let me break it down for y'all. Look at the playoff pictures, guys. Like, again, I'm in the end of the season, I'm going to the playoff pictures. The Chiefs have clinched their division already. Yes, they're competing with the Bills for home field advantage, yes. But, they're clinched their division already, man. You know what I mean? Like they're not playing for it. They might even rest some players. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the other hand, Seattle is still in the hunt. They're on the bubble. They would be looking in at the playoffs hard, but they're competing with teams like Washington and Bucks and the Giants for the wild card spot, and the Lions for the wild card spot. If they win out, they'll win and end up 9-7. They can make the playoffs. So they're playing for a lot. All right. Now, let's look at and I'll be honest with you guys. The Kansas City, they're a relatively healthy team. Kansas City Chiefs don't have that many injuries at all. All right, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the injuries isn't why I'm doing this. But Seattle's relatively healthy too. Let's look at Seattle's depth chart. Kansas City. We all know Kansas City, man. We all know Kansas City, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit y'all like Kansas City's one of the best teams in the league. However, I think they're gonna have time covering 11-point spread. And there's another thing I was looking at too with this game. So I was looking through Kansas City's whole season, all the outcomes of the games, their whole season, right? They usually don't cover 11. Like Kansas City they haven't been blowing teams out. They haven't been covering 11-point spread, 10, 11-point spread. I don't think they've ever even done it once this year. Watch. They couldn't do it against the Texans. Last week they beat the Texans. Look, they went to overtime against the Texans. Couldn't even beat the Texans in regulation. They won by 6, but didn't cover a 10-point spread. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, guys? Kansas City, yeah, they're a good team, but they're not like the Eagles. The Eagles cover 10 are consistently. Like I said, they're like a spread covering machine. Of course, before Jalen Hurts was injured, but they've been consistently covering spreads. Kansas City has not been consistently covering spreads, guys. If you look at their seasons, let's just go back and look. So they didn't cover against Texans. They couldn't cover 10 against the Broncos. Only 6 again. The Bengals actually beat them. The Bengals are a good team. They covered 10 against the Rams, but the Rams are garbage, right? They couldn't cover against the Chargers. Only 3 points against the Chargers. They barely covered 10 against the Jaguars, so that's twice. They've covered 10 twice in the entire season so far. Didn't do it against the Titans, only 3. Niners, they did blow up my Niners. That's 3. So look, again, no, not 10. Not 10, only 1 point. They did it 4 times. That's it. Out of the all the games this year, 5, I guess. They did it 5 times so far. I just don't think they're going to do it against Seattle, guys. I really don't. I don't think they're going to cover 10-point spread. I don't think they're going to blow out Seattle. But let's look at Seattle's roster. So you have Geno, DK Metcalf is healthy. They have some injuries at wide receiver. However, the Bruce Irvin's healthy. And like I said, am I that confident about this game? No, it's only my third most confident. I'm not 100% confident about it. But I think like you're definitely not going to bet Kansas City minus 10. Like I don't think that's a smart bet. Like I said, they haven't. When's the last time they covered a 10-point spread was back in November. So it's been almost a month since they've done that. And that was against a weak Rams team. Like they're not consistently covering. They're beating teams by like 5, 6 points, 3 points. Yeah, I think Kansas City will win by like maybe 5, 4, 5, maybe even 7. But are they gonna maybe even 8? But are they gonna win by more? I don't think they're gonna win by more than 10, dude. And at Kansas City they might even lose. Who knows? So I'm gonna be on Seattle. Basically, I like Geno Smith, and I like Kansas City. They're not really playing. They're not gonna have as much on the line as Seattle will. Kansas City already clinched a playoff spot. And, even then they might win, but are they really going to be pushing, blowing to win by more than double digits? I don't think there's no reason for them to do that. Like, even if they go up by like a touchdown or like they go up by, maybe even like 10, they might start resting some players. And at the end of the game, Seattle comes back and gets one of those free touchdowns. Bam, there goes the spread. Like that's what I see happening in this game. Like Kansas City, they might be up by like 14, right? And then the Seattle gets the ball with 2 minutes left, goes down, scores a touchdown. It doesn't really make a difference, but it just ruined that 10-point spread. Like, I don't see them covering this. All right, so it's just kind of a feeling to them. But like, if you look at Seattle, they haven't been doing that bad. They've been hanging and doing. I'm not gonna go back because my internet's kind of slow right now, and I'm already taking too much time. But yeah, I do like Seattle here. I hope I explained it good enough for y'all. So those are actually my top 3 most confident games, guys. These 2 are not as confident, and I don't want to. Man, I don't want to bet on them. I'm gonna end up taking Raiders again, and I don't want to. But honestly, I don't see that much value this week. So I do like Tampa Bay over Arizona. All right, this was tough for me too because it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points for a Tampa Bay team that hasn't shown much this season. All right, but I do like Tampa Bay. And see, now it's minus. I'm gonna choose mine down like -6, but yeah, it's really -7 or -8. All right, but Arizona is done, man. Like, first of all, they're eliminated from the playoffs. That's first of all, they're eliminated. While Tampa Bay is still fighting, they're in the hunt. They have a chance to make it. If they went out 8-8, they could have a chance to make it at 8-8. It's possible. And obviously Tom Brady's last season, most likely going to be his last season, or I don't know, but like Tom Brady, his days are definitely numbered, so he's going to be fighting. Let's look like their rosters, their depth chart to see who's injured. So Arizona can be quick because Arizona is garbage, man. And now they have no quarterback. Yeah, so they're having, like even Colt McCoy is out. Look at that. They have Kyler Murray's out. Now they had Colt McCoy, but he's out too. Trace McSorley, like, who's going to be their quarterback? Yeah, they have DeAndre, but that's like, come on, man. They have no quarterback. And look at their defense, dude. Arizona's a garbage team, guys. They're just not a good team, all right? Yeah, look at Arizona, guys. Arizona's not a good team. They couldn't even beat a Broncos team. Patriots lost. They pretty much can't beat anybody, guys. Like, Arizona's not a good. They beat the Rams team. Wow. Like, Arizona's not a good team, bro. And if you look at the Tampa Bay Bucks depth chart, they don't have that. They're relatively healthy too. The Bucks. If you look, watch, I'll show you. They're relatively healthy too. To be honest with you. If you look at Tampa Bay's injuries, they don't have any injuries. Tom Brady's there. Leonard Fournette's there. They have Gio is there. Mike Evans, Godwin is all there. You know what I'm saying? Cameron Braid is there. Their tight end. They have some on the offensive line, but not. Christian Wirth questionable. They have offensive line relatively healthy, and their defense is healthy. Villa Veda's questionable. Might come back. Akeem Hicks is there. Devin White is there. Levante David's there. Like, they have some injuries, but I think, like I said, I think Tampa Bay. And like I said, me personally, I'm gonna juice it down to like -6. But I do think Tampa Bay comes in. It's, one Tom Brady's last chances to play in front of the fans, potentially. I think they cover against an Arizona team who's already eliminated, season's over, and is garbage. All right. My internet's a little bit acting up, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up a little quick. Last game, these two I'm not as confident about. These 3 I'm probably like 70-75% confident. These 2 are probably more like 60-65% confident. But I do like Tampa Bay to cover over Arizona. Last game, I do like Las Vegas Raiders +3 over Pittsburgh. I was like, hold on, is that true? Keep in mind, I know the Raiders have screwed me a few times this season. All right. And they haven't been performing like I believe they should with their roster. But it's in Pittsburgh, yes. But Raiders are getting +3. That's surprising to me because I'm like, then who's injured? You would think they have injuries if that's the case, getting +3. But they don't have that many. Actually, they have less injuries than they did last week. That's why I bet against them last week. I bet the Patriots to beat them, which they should have, as I mentioned. But the Raiders had injuries last week. Hunter Renfrow was out last week. And they had a few other dudes out last week. But now they're actually back. See, Hunter Renfrow is back. Oh, yeah, and Darren Waller. Darren Waller and Renfrow were out last week, but I guess now they're both back. Carr is healthy. Like, Devontae's healthy. Like, their whole entire offense is pretty much healthy. They don't really have any injuries to Raiders on their offense. A little bit on offensive line, but that's normal. And Derek Carr, I trust Derek Carr. He's a solid veteran. And on defense, their defense isn't as good, but they have, they're relatively healthy as well. They still have, some of their decent starters that are healthy. So I believe, like I said, and the main thing is plus the points too. Like I said, I'll juice it up to +3. But anyway, let's look at the playoff picture too. So for the Raiders, hold on, let me see. Both teams are still technically fighting. They'll probably both not make it, but like I said, they're both technically fighting for something. And let's just do a quick check of the Steelers injury report. I'm tripping. I didn't mean to do that. There you go. There you go. Okay. It looks like the Steelers are relatively healthy too. But again, they have a rookie quarterback with Kenny Pickett, who I don't trust as much. And I like, like I said, I like the Raiders to go in and cover this. I'm not as confident about it, but I do like it. Both teams are relatively healthy, but I believe the Raiders have a little bit better roster this year with Devontae, with their offense. So I think plus the 3 points. I think this game probably going to be a close game, but I think the Raiders, they might edge up, and I'll take the Raiders plus the 3 points. That's basically what it is, guys. So yeah, like since my internet is starting to go slow, I'm just gonna wrap this up. I think I did some decent analysis on all the games. This video should be at least like 40 minutes now. So let's go ahead and take the tickets, guys. So like I said, these are my top ones. I'm gonna take one ticket with this, but then I want to take another ticket because of the Monday night. So let me just show you what I do. So Cleveland, Los Angeles Chargers, Seattle, and Tampa Bay. Cleveland Chargers. So I want Cleveland. I want Chargers. I want Tampa Bay. And I want Seattle plus the 11. Yeah, plus the 10. All right, so I have my bird ticket, but I'm gonna juice them up, though. Juice them up. See, I got 1,200. Juice them up. So, first of all, like I said, Seattle, I want at least one more point. So it's going to be plus 11. Browns, I'm going to go down to -2. That's cool. Tampa Bay, I'm going to juice as much as I can. So I'm going to have Tampa Bay at -6. And then Chargers, same thing. I'm going to juice them to -3. That's still 7, see? So I have Chargers -3, Tampa Bay -6, Seattle plus 11, and Cleveland -2. Like I said, actually, I just want Cleveland, but yes, all right. So I'm going to take that ticket. I'm going to go ahead and do 5 to win, trade 5. Like, fuck it. Yep. Go ahead with that. Shop at more. No, I'm not as confident about this. 5 is cool. Go ahead and place that. Bam! In there like swimwear. All right, so there you go. That's one ticket. Now, like I said, I'm going to take another ticket, though, that doesn't include the Monday night game. Because, like I said, I don't want to be waiting all week for it. That's something else. And if some of these Saturday games don't hit for me and ruin these tickets, I might take another ticket just for Sunday and Monday. But we'll see. Hopefully the tickets hit. Hopefully we get a winner chicken, steak, and a ham Christmas dinner. Boy, what you know about it? And turkey with gravy and all the shit and all the fixings. So yeah. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna replace this because it's a Monday night game. I'm gonna replace the Monday night game with the. And I hate to say this, but yes, with the Raiders game, I don't trust the Raiders. That they've screwed me. Like I said last season, the Raiders, there was a lot of value in them. I think they were very underrated, and they were actually covering spreads and winning games that they kind of sneaky winning games. I was making some money last season. I thought that would be the same this season. They got Devontae. They pretty much got a similar team to last season, but nope, they've been hella disappointing this season, and they only win when I bet against them, like last week in the Patriots. But whatever. Hopefully we can. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and win now. I'm going to take this ticket. Like I said, hopefully they'll have better luck at Pittsburgh. All right? So now we want same thing. We want Cleveland, Las Vegas, Seattle, and Tampa Bay. Let's do that. Let's do Cleveland. Let's do Seattle. Let's do Las Vegas. And let's do Tampa Bay. All right, guys? And now let's play with the points, as we always do. Tampa Bay, we need as much as possible on Tampa Bay, -6. Raiders, we don't need as much. We already got plus points. Cleveland, we'll do one to see how that looks like. We'll do Seattle +1, we'll buy a half. Yeah, no, I can buy only a half and make it +3. That's decent. I can buy more because I need it to be more than 7 to 743. All right, so what maximum there, Cleveland. What should I do here? Let's do Cleveland -1.5. Let's keep Cleveland -2 on both tickets. Let's give the Raiders even more love, you think? Might as well, huh? Fuck it. There you go. Not that much love. Give them -3.5. Oh, still, it doesn't matter? Oh, fuck it. Yeah, we'll just leave it at 7 for Cleveland. All right, it's cool. So we're going to leave it like that. Tampa Bay, again, -6. Las Vegas, plus the 3. I'll take them plus the 3 at Pittsburgh, man. And then, again, Seattle, I'll take them plus the 11. We're some underdogs, and we're trying to find some sneaky money, dog, underdog picks. And then, again, Cleveland -2. Take another fever on that to 137 now, boy. Ooh, I'll take it. Place the bet, motherfucker. What up? Place it. All right, so there you go, guys. There you go. Tickets open. 14 parlays. Cleveland -2, Seattle, Raiders, Tampa Bay, and I have another ticket too on the Monday night game on Chargers. I have Cleveland, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Los Angeles Chargers -3. It'll be weak ass Indianapolis Colts. All right, guys. So there you have it. A little bit longer of a video. Sorry about the slow internet. There you have it, guys. This is Madden Football, aka Play Madden Football on Twitch. Your boys back in the building, guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you. We can go ahead and, after this commercial ends over here. I'm going to go ahead and edit it out. I'll edit it a little bit later, but we'll watch a couple minutes of NFL football, see what they talking about. Not NFL Network, like we always do. See what they talking about. And that'll be that, guys. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas, man. I probably won't see y'all talk to y'all after Christmas. So hope y'all get everything that y'all asked Santa for and stuff. And mainly for all the kids. Hopefully all the kids and stuff, the kids have a good time, and all the little ones have a nice, make some good memories in the holidays, man. So yeah, that's Madden Football signing off. Y'all have a good one. See y'all next time, man.
By the Pro Football Hall of Fame store, just like Hall of Famers, for exclusive Hall of Fame gear. Make your friends and family Hall of Famers. With all 32 teams in the store, there's something for everyone. Open 7 days a week and no admission to come and shop. Stop in today. Or visit us online at profootballhof.com/store.
Saturday night's going to be a special one right here on the NFL Network. The Raiders play the Steelers in what will be the 50-year anniversary or the weekend of the Immaculate Reception. We all know the play, we all know the highlight, but I went back in time to discover a little bit more about the most famous play in NFL history. Take a watch. This weekend marks the 50-year anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, and on Saturday night in an NFL Network special presentation, we get the Raiders and the Steelers playing right where it all went down 50 years ago, in the Steel City. Let's go back in time. It's arguably the most memorable, most controversial, and most famous play in NFL history. It was also the first ever playoff game played at Pittsburgh's Three Rivers Stadium. Here were the mighty Oakland Raiders, 10-3-1, champions of the AFC West and winners of 6 straight games. The Raiders had appeared in the conference championship or the Super Bowl in 4 of the last 5 years, entering that 72 divisional round showdown. Oakland was coached by a 36-year-old wonderkind who had the best record in the AFC over his 3 years as a leader of the Silver and Black, John Madden. Meanwhile, the Steelers were a franchise that hadn't sniffed success in forever. Prior to the 1972 campaign, Pittsburgh had 8 straight losing seasons. They came into this one with a quarterback, Terry Bradshaw, who'd yet to ever start a postseason game. A head coach in Chuck Noll, who'd never coached in a postseason game, and a rookie running back named Franco Harris. Harris had just broken a Steelers rookie rushing record after a 1,000-yard regular season campaign. The game began, and it was all about hitting, all about toughness, and all about defense. Back and forth, the two offenses went sputtering, getting stuffed. With 1:13 left to go in the fourth quarter, trailing 6-0, Kenny Stabler did what the Snake tended to always do. He made a big play, and he did it with his legs. Stabler broke out of the pocket and ran for a 30-yard touchdown to give the Raiders a 7-6 lead with the extra point. So there it is, 7-6 Raiders, a game away from the AFC Championship game, and the Steelers, well, they took the field. Facing a daunting 4th and 10 at their own 40-yard line with 22 seconds left on the clock, they had no timeouts left. Chuck Noll called for 66 circle option. Terry Bradshaw rolled right after being flushed out by Horace Jones, and he flung the ball to the middle of the field to Frenchie Fuqua. In an instant, Fuqua, Raiders safety Jack Tatum, and the football all met at the same exact time. The ball bounced backwards, 10 yards. And then, though the cameras couldn't quite capture it cleanly in real time, the pigskin was scooped up into the oncoming hands of one Franco Harris. The rookie running back made a fingertip catch, bolted 45 yards, and miraculously scored a game-winning touchdown. Steelers fans rushed the field, and back judge Adrian Burke signaled touchdown. But no other officials made any definitive calls, leading to an on-field conference of the men in stripes. After great deliberation, Fred Swearingen then spoke to the NFL, head of officiating Art McNally, who was up in the press box, and they spoke via a baseball dugout phone on the field. After the conversation, and according to conspiracy theorists, the NFL got its first unofficial instant replay review that night. Swearingen ruled the catch legal, the Steelers' touchdown stood, and Pittsburgh would go on to win the game. This was the first ever Steelers postseason win in NFL history. It was the first Steelers touchdown pass in NFL history. It was also the birth of a dynasty. After one playoff appearance from the years 1933 to 1971, 39 seasons of football. The 72 season would mark the first of 8 straight trips to the playoffs, which included 7 division titles, 4 Super Bowl titles in the 1970s alone. 14 different players from that game are Pro Football Hall of Famers, including Franco Harris. And both John Madden and Chuck Noll are viewed as 2 of the best coaches to ever coach the game. 50 years ago this weekend, it was the play that changed the course of history. The Immaculate Reception. This one is for Franco. Thank you to the great editing team there, as always. And it's an honor to write these for the NFL Network and for Good Morning Football. I would turn to you, Kyle, as you know, we consider ourselves football fans, but also football historians. The Immaculate Receptions. There are going to be so many emotions and stories, and the 50th year anniversary. It was before our time watching as fans, and yet it's ingrained in our memory as if we were there. What are you looking at when you go to this game and you're thinking Raiders, Steelers, especially in light of what the passing of Franco Harris?
I just want to keep thinking about that play over and over, and how when you know we came on the air a couple of days ago and we had found out the news about Franco about 20 minutes before we sat down here, so it was so fresh, and the word that I used then when he was chilling that would happen before then, and then to put that piece together, Peter, like you did, is just amazing. They're going to show that at the 100th anniversary of that play. They will show it, and I don't know what media will be or technology will be, but I know they'll show that play, and our grandkids will see that play. You know, in getting into it this week, there's some stuff that really cracks me up about the Raiders side of it, which you don't hear much. They have so many takes and so many theories about what happened on that play. You already know about the controversy, but there's all kinds of things. That there was an accusation that the only reason Franco was in position to catch the ball is because he was loafing downfield. That was what it takes. It was like, if he was actually hustling on the play, he wouldn't even been there. Now, that's really funny. They pointed out 2 or 3 different holding penalties that should have been called against the Steelers, just like the helmet catch. And then also on the return, there's a blatant block in the back that they should have been called. And Peter pointed out the officiating. The officials should have got together and said, no, it doesn't count. But since everybody stormed the field, they ran off, and they were just like, it's just over. So the Raiders part of it is very funny. And I remember before Coach Madden passed away, he talked about that play, and he joked about the amount of smelling salts he needed on the sideline to regain consciousness after it happened. So it's an amazing thing 50 years later, and the part that cracks me up is the Raiders side of it. And they've become very good sports about it all these years later.
You know, we try really hard, I think, in today's society, like, oh, vintage this, throwback that.
Yeah.
Like, that is
That's
vintage.
authentic.
That is authentically vintage. The people storming the field, approaching, grabbing Terry Bradshaw's face, and he doesn't seem to care.
Likes it.
He is in the moment. He likes it. The haircuts, the helmets, the style, the dugout phone to call up to the press box to talk to the head of officiating in what was now deemed the first unofficial review. I mean, so many layers to this still are involved in the game that we love today, but that was the OG. Like, that's what we think of. We're like, when you want to be vintage, go back and look at that.
It's not like an Atari t-shirt you buy in Melrose.
And you're like, where'd you get that? Like, oh, at Target. Like, okay, that is actually vintage. Hot Topic.
I got a Led Zeppelin shirt.
Or like, hey, what's that band? You're like, I don't know. I got it at Hot Topic.
That's so great.
I just love that, Peter, like your ability to go back in time, the way you narrate that story. And as we're watching, we have Bradshaw on the show this week, and he talked about that play and the name of it and calling it and everything that went into it. And the X's and O's behind it all was fascinating to me, because he didn't say like, hey, Franco Harris, we talked about in practice all week, hey, chase the play. It was just like, no, he was a rookie. He was coming from Penn State. This is what Paterno taught them at Penn State, follow the play. And that's why he ended up there making that catch, ended up scoring with it. It's such a huge play in Steelers history. And to be able to look back on it now, as a football fan, it's just tremendous to see that and hear it. And like you said, to see the fans storming the field, to see how different the game was, the mechanics of the quarterback running down the field like this in slow motion, scoring a touchdown.
On the touchdown, 'cause that's a legendary touchdown. If Penny Stabler scores that with a minute left, a 30-yard scramble to win in that weather, that's the play.
The game's over. And it's just seconds left. 4th down, throw up a prayer by Bradshaw, and it's a touchdown.
If Stabler does that, Stabler has the statue.
Yeah.
And who was the player, Fuqua, who got hit?
Francis
Fuqua. The way he laid on the ground, he knew, because the way that ricocheted, he was devastated for a half a second. and then he was in
the crowd cheering.
The way that you said it was the first Steelers touchdown pass in playoff history, it gave me goosebumps.
Think about that. Cool. I'd like to shout out Rich Goldberg, our wonderful researcher, but also our editors, Mike Levancher and Curtis Albucher. Both those guys worked on this on a holiday week, on a short week, and especially with the passing of Franco Harris, when I'm sure the editors are being asked to do a lot of stuff in the footage vaults. They got that done, and we love Good Morning Football, but we love the history of the game, and we're glad we can mesh the two.
Really do. Rich Goldberg, happy holidays, my friend. Coming up, the Giants, New York Giants, are coming off a big division win. They beat those Commanders. Do they want to join us in the playoffs? Is this team going to come down the stretch and be like, no, we will not go away? Can they make it 2-0 against the Vikings this weekend? Football talk is what we do here right after this. Don't go anywhere. What's up, Kayvon?